Hello! I know I said I was going to do the episode Pranks for the Memories. I mentioned that to somebody. It was a request. However, I wasn't able to access that episode online. The only way I'd be able to do that is if I pay for it. Between bills and holiday gifts, I just don't have the money to do that. So I think in the next week or two I'm going to start a Patreon just so I can cover the costs of the episodes I haven't seen and a couple books here and there so I can do some videos on those. With that being said, I'm going to do this episode instead. I really want to give a shout out to Chris for sending me this, giving me access to this episode. It's one I can talk about. Thank you again, and here is this week's episode of AmazzonKane Rewatches Anaconda. This is an episode of Anaconda that gets made fun of a little bit online, usually in the form of YouTube poops. And for kind of a good reason. Here's View to a Brinks.
We never meant for it to go this far. It was just going to be another humdrum Saturday in Tapwater Springs.
This is an interesting style of storytelling. It's very different from how the stories usually go. It's usually beginning to end. This one starts in the middle of the action. And it's a change in storytelling, as someone pointed out. Sucrose was developing Unfabulous around this time, which aired in 2004, which frequently used this style of storytelling of starting in the middle of the action. Okay.
What is it, Gina Lash?
I was looking through the window at Mapperson's, wondering just how many nuts are in the glaze of their honey nut glaze.
Get to the point, Gina Lash.
Yeah, act like a character, Gina Lash.
I turned to walk down the street towards Budgie Burger, not forgetting to stop by the House of Sweets to sample the truffle of the week.
And?
It was chocolate mint. Anyway, the House
I think
of
Angela's
Sweets
getting
is right
frustrated with
next to
Gina's
Sir John's
nonsense.
Sporting Goods, and
I know I
you
am.
won't believe who I saw coming out of the store.
Let me guess.
It was Mr.
Huh.
Brinks, and he was carrying a brand new backyard badminton set. And you all know what that means.
Naked Brinks badminton!
And now you know why this episode gets made fun of.
Nothing. Come on, guys. Let's go.
Okay, so the rumor, it's a bit of a running joke in a couple episodes that the Brinkses are nudists. And this is an episode that actually deals with it.
Secure the fort, see the naked Brinks is naked, then, well, that's as far as the plan went.
I think a lot of why it gets made fun of is because
Good as having a treehouse that
it's
overlooks
the wording of this
backyard.
episode.
There's a big overgrown hedge blocking the backyard.
That's no overgrown hedge. That's my topiary. It must be responding to the gorilla crow I feed it.
Well, what are you waiting
Okay, so I think it's
for?
Gordy's treehouse.
Come on, Gordy, chop away.
Chop away? I couldn't think of it.
Can't you just snip a little bit off the
It's,
top?
the way it's worded, it's, at least in
Would
the
you ask a man to
previous
snip off a piece
episodes.
of his own heart?
Okay, not where I thought that was going,
Don't
but
get excited. Here, take a hit.
anyways, take it.
We need to put on our thinking caps and think of a plan.
But it's the way it's worded.
To see naked
It's-
Brinks badminton.
They word it, we want to see the Brinkses naked, and
This is a delivery person.
they've made fun of it that the Brinkses are nudists, but it's more phrased as, okay, it's a rumor.
Marvelous days those
And-
would be.
I think it's the wording. Now, of course, kids are seeing this in a completely innocent sense, and they just
I can't
want to
believe
see if the
you went
rumors are
around
true.
blank spaces. Stupid thinking cap. How about we rent a hot air balloon and...
But I get why this is made fun
Well,
of.
it would never work at that altitude.
Well, there's only one thing left to
Again,
do.
they're kids, so it's
Build higher.
innocent.
Johnny,
But still,
Gordon,
the wording of this is
Flash
really
Wood,
funny.
and I
As
borrowed
well as a really
nail from my
interesting
dad's
setup.
workshop. Things were
You
falling
can do that
into
nowadays.
place, but we still
But
had
granted, the
one
90s were
that
also
wasn't so little.
a lot less censored in terms of cartoons.
Oh, my grandpa's got a cherry picker. In Sicily. Okay, we need a box
Not helpful,
basket
Johnny.
of some sort and some rope. We'll throw the rope over a branch and devise a pulley system.
I've got an apple basket.
Uncle Nicky always keeps lots of rope in his trunk.
Good.
Oh my god, dark side of Uncle Nicky. What's he doing with that rope?
Oh, just meet back here. Gina Lash's plan was going according to plan.
Come on, Angela, pull. I want to ride.
Johnny and Buddy, get out and hoist.
Oh.
Aw. I wonder if they'd be strong enough to pull each other up there.
All right, I climb first. Because if it weren't for me, we wouldn't have known about naked Brinks badminton. went in the first place.
Has Gina seen them already?
However, being the diplomatic person I am, I'll let someone else be the first to climb.
Dang it. I would have loved to see Gina potentially fall out of that
Closer
tree.
to our dream than we'd ever dreamt. Little did we know it was just a few blocks away.
Their dream. I love... Again, it's the weird wording of this situation.
Glamorous. It's from Paris. Do you think we could do my nails next? No. Okay. Oh! Ah! You fool! Look what you've done to my sensitive porcelain skin! I'm sorry. There was a noise and I... Please don't hate me. What is that?
You don't really see much of January and Carlene in this, and that's kind of funny seeing their dynamic.
I won't stand for this. January, Carlene, my coat.
Cover me on account of I'm going up.
So, Nanette hates Angela just as much as Angela hates Nanette.
Are they
It's a mutual hatred.
naked? Can you see the ocean?
I can see a badminton birdie thing.
It's called a shuttlecock. It is.
We don't know where that shuttlecock has been.
That was our ticket to the Brinks' backyard. We could have returned it and seen them up close and naked.
Rid of it. It had naked germs all over it.
We knew what we had to do. My troop searched for more wood. We still needed to build higher still.
What did
This
you
episode has a lot of innuendo in it.
A contact lens? What was left of your mind?
What do you want, Nanette Manoir?
Oh, it's quite simple, really. I've noticed that you've built an addition to your cozy little tree shack, but I'm sorry to say that it's blocking my normally picturesque view. I'm afraid your little home improvement project will have to be halted and disassembled. Or we're going to tell.
Tell who? The treehouse police? Come on, guys, back to work. We're only inches away from yards.
How
of naked
dare
Brinks.
anyone else have fun?
It was getting late, but lucky for us, Gina Lash had thought of another plan she thought of.
Although-
Using our human bodies, because we couldn't find any more wood.
Gina should not be top of that pyramid.
On top, on account of I got to climb last time, and both of the plans were her ideas.
That is not a structurally sound human pyramid. Gina should not have been on top. Gordy should not have been in the middle.
Did you hear that?
And that's how we got here. Tired, hungry, broken. Hey, where are you going?
I'm tired.
Broken.
I'm hungry. I'm broken.
What are you talking about? We came here with a
I
plan.
could see Johnny
and a
being broken.
plan. We came here to see
Mentally
naked
and
Brinks.
physically.
Are you guys really giving up?
Uh-huh.
Looks that way.
Well, Angela Anaconda, it looks like you've done nothing to take down the hideous aberration you built onto your treehouse. I'm afraid my only choice is to chop down the entire tree.
You have no legal rights to do that.
Oh, can't I? I couldn't find my father, but paid help is just as effective. Begin chopping, Alfredo. Chop, chop.
No, wait a minute. So what if my friends are tired and broken? At least I will get to see the naked Brinks in all their nakedosity. With the help of Johnny Abadi's
Stop saying it like that. At least
I
say, I want to see if the rumors are true.
is not well, since it appears I am under attack.
Huh. Gordy, no!
These aberrations, I will tell you. Angela and her merry band are here to serve your every need. So bon appetit, which is French for choke on this. You will try to cry, but don't look
Probably
down.
tamest revenge fantasy I've ever
For
seen.
your hired hand and handy nail painters have been turned into
Because I've gotten hit in the head with many a sports ball. Shuttlecocks, not that bad.
for topiary trimmer. You will scream. Look out! I will warn you. It looks
Even
like
then,
it's time for
if they were
Gina
turned into trees and Gordy's cutting them, they probably wouldn't feel any pain.
Manoir.
Okay, there's some violence, I approve.
To see the naked Brinkses, and no one will stop me.
And Angela's on the receiving end of real violence.
Let the chopping begin. Alfredo?
Pardon me, madam, but it's time for my 10-minute break.
Unions. As soon as Alfredo is done with his break, that tree is coming
I think
down.
that is the first time I've heard Alfredo speak.
Think of something, Gina Lash.
Okay, we could, no. Maybe if we... I've got it! If this basket can haul wood, why can't it haul people? people.
Johnny had that idea earlier.
And pray this branch holds all our weight. I can see Brinks' badminton rackets.
I can see Brinks' hair.
I can see Brinks' face.
I can see Brinks'
Oh, Gordy, you poor traumatized fool. Also, it took him this long to figure out that would be nasty.
Must save others from deeply disturbing sight. Mental damage.
My picture of you is restored, and that hideous aberration is abolished. I knew you'd see things my way, Angela.
Actually, Nanette, I think it is Mrs. Brinks you must thank, because she's the thing we saw that made us see things your way. On account of these were things that we did not need to see. See?
Mrs. Brinks, I must thank you for...
That's probably the most sadistic punchline I've ever seen in this show. While I will admit it's one of the weirdest episodes, I don't think it's quite as dirty as everyone makes it out to be. Now, I will admit my mind's in the gutter and I am quick to assume the worst. But I know that, the characters are kids. Kids want to see if these rumors are true. Kids think naked people are funny, and they're not getting anything sexual out of it. That's pretty clear. I think the majority of why some people respond the way they do to this episode is how it's worded. Because they say, I want to see the Brinkses naked, and it's implied they've seen this before. As opposed to, I want to see if the rumors are true. Because there's been a running joke about the Brinkses suspected to be nudists. And kids I know are a bit voyeuristic. Not in a sexual way, but kids are curious and will see what weird lives did my parents, teachers, neighbors lead. So there's a bit of truth to that. Took them way too long to figure out that'd be nasty. But it's still really funny. I still find, in its weirdness, I still find a lot of humor in it. As a bonus, I thought I'd review one of the YouTube poops. Now, I don't usually like YouTube poop, but I found this one to have some really funny moments. And also, it's called Anaconda's a Stalker. And I thought it was really funny. I like that title. I thought that was funny. But if you go down, when you type that in, you find one of my videos. So, I'm slowly weaseling my way into this show. Ha ha ha. Anyways.
My name is Angela. Hey, hello. Welcome to my
Oh!
very own YouTube.
Welcome to my very own YouTube poop. Good use of the theme song.
Today.
And this is typical YouTube poop stuff.
The Brinks has opened their pool for the summer, and we are here in the treehouse.
I love the sight of the Brinks' naked.
Are you sure about that?
My reaction to Johnny's pervert face.
Do you see anything? Do you see anything?
Booties? Well, I guess the Brinkses will still be naked tomorrow.
Do you see anything?
Danette Manoir, what are you doing here? And why is your girl attacking our tree? Eerie.
He only responds to the sound of my booty. But I'm afraid he only responds to the sound of my...
I know.
I guess that means she'll silent. Oh hey, horror movie.
Resist the
I love that image so much.
Okay. Here, look.
It's edited really well because a lot of this is really from the show.
Start snapping.
Are you sure we're not gonna get in trouble for spying on them?
Gordy, they have no constitutional right to privacy.
Do it?
I wonder what Nanette's gonna say when she sees these.
She'll have to give you your reward money.
There's more.
For some reason I buy that.
Do you see anything?
Blubber hitting water.
And that's my favorite line of the YouTube poop. Blubber hitting water.
My parents are going to pick up chlamydia.
Please end me. I'm loving the dark sense of humor this has.
Ever notice how fast a perfect day can turn into a perfect day? None! None! Nanette, man, whoa!
Man, what?
I know, well, it was totally unnecessary for me to come. Why, hello, King. Dine any good garbage cans. I love obedience school. They always serve such good sus.
That's because you're a bitch, Gina. Racist caricature.
That's Dr. Sauce. I have PhD in sauce.
Yikes. She's not in it that much. When she is, it is pretty cringeworthy by today's standards.
Do you see anything?
Nothing yet. Can we see the rings around your anus? My anus passed.
Johnny, you pervert!
Disease that's really contagious.
People are interacting with the show. And say what you want about it. One thing you can say, it's never boring, which is probably the worst thing entertainment can be.